Hello and welcome to the I Can Do podcast with Benjamin Lee. We're here to talk about tips and strategies to have an I Can Do mindset. Life is what you put into it. Get the most you can. Here's your host, Benjamin Lee.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the I Can Do podcast. We are in season number 3. This is episode number 2. This season is all about managing your time. So, number 1, I appreciate your time. Number 2, I'm going to try to stay on time so that you can get back to what you need to do as well. So today I want to share a great tip that helps me in so many areas of my life, whether it's podcasting, exercise, and even studying. And that is using time constraints, where essentially I am putting myself on the clock. I love doing this. If you have a smartphone, an iPhone, an Android phone, you can do this very, very easily. So I really saw the value of this back in 2016 when I got back into shape. I was working out with Bill Phillips, the best-selling author of Body for Life. I recommended some of his books in season number 2 if you want to go back and check out those episodes as well. One of the things that I loved about his workouts, and I still use his workout program quite often, is putting yourself essentially on the clock. You know, when he wrote the book Body for Life, the workouts were designed to be 20-minute workouts. So you are timing yourself when you begin the workout. What that does, it puts such great focus and intensity on accomplishing the task, where now you're forced to, you don't have time to text, you don't have time to check your social media, and it just forces you to get it done. And it really makes it even more fun because you got to try to beat the clock, essentially. So that's one of the benefits of using a time constraint. So in my exercise today, so I had, or a couple of days ago, I had a 20-minute time limit for me to get my exercise in. You know, a lot of times we think we need to work out 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, even 1 hour, and some people do. But you can get a very effective workout in 20 or 25 minutes. And this is where managing your time really becomes important. So using a high intensity interval training style of workout, that will get your heart rate running. It turns into an aerobic workout as well, even if you're lifting weights. I was drenched by the time I got done. But I knew I had to be done by a certain time because I had an appointment after that workout session. So time constraints really force you to stay in the moment. This also works not just with exercise, but even when it comes to public speaking. A simple tip to use to really get to the one thing or your main objective, and I learned this from the guys at Ultra Speaking, Michael and Tristan, is using time constraints, where you use different time limits. Maybe it's 30 seconds or a minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes to really get your point across. Or you can't say everything if you only have 30 seconds or a minute, but you can really begin to hone in to see, okay, what is it that really matters the most? So I recommend, when it comes to managing your time, to use time constraints. Here's the thing. One of the biggest areas where we need to be investing our time is with exercise, is with reinvesting in ourselves and our health. Health is wealth. But one of the biggest excuses that people say is what? I don't have time. You know, if I had time, I would do this. If I had time, I'd go to the gym. If I had time. So take that away. Delete that in your mind because you have time. 20 minutes of push-ups is a great way to get a workout. And you give yourself 20 minutes to do as many push-ups as you can. If you want to do something really fun, get a deck of cards, flip the cards over. This is the Ray Lewis workout. If you get a 10 of spades, then you do 10 push-ups. If you get a 5, you do 5. If you get a face card, you do 25. That's really tough. If you get an ace, you do 50. That's extremely hard. You can modify those if you need to. But you'll be amazed at how many push-ups you can get done when you say, this is the amount of time. I only have 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So think about putting yourself on the clock, using time constraints to say, I have to get this done. If you give yourself 60 minutes to read a book, and no more than 60 minutes, or no more than 30 minutes, you may only read 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 pages, depending on how fast you are. But the point is, you got it done. The point is, you keep doing that on a daily basis, you will be flying through books. You will become even more consistent with your exercise routine. So give it a shot. It's a very simple but effective way to manage your time. Put yourself on the clock, use some kind of time constraint, and then watch what happens. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. If you are in the need or are looking for more motivation in your life, feel free to check out my website, benjaminlee.blog, where you can find hundreds of encouraging, motivational blog posts on a variety of subjects. You can find all of my books, which can also be found on Amazon.com, and other podcast interviews with a variety of people. I hope this helps. Please leave me a rating and a review. I can do, and so can you. Take care, and God bless.